Hello and welcome back to another World of Warcraft Warlords of Draenor video. So Blizzard really are rolling out the Artcraft posts at the minute, and we've actually got a new one about the female Draenei character model that will be coming with a new expansion. Now, previously they said that they would actually do the Brain Crusade models, but of course one thing that's just worth bearing in mind in general is that they are a lot more polished up and new than the 2004 original World of Warcraft models, so perhaps the difference will not be as exaggerated. Still though, I am actually very happy with the model. I like the changes in definition, things like that. And I'll talk more about my personal points later on, but first of all, just a little bit from Chris Robertson. And this is definitely important to listen to before you pass off judgment on the model. So he said that animation is a really big factor for the female Draenei specifically, so you really do need to keep that in mind when you compare the old model and the new one. The old female Draenei has got some fairly extreme posing that happens when she's animated, so if you look at the run cycle and things like that, there's definitely quite a lot of what he would call extreme posing there. So if you were to see a static model of the original one with no posing, then it would probably look quite similar to the new one. So I'm just going to quote this next part from him so that you know exactly what he means. He said, "With her pose applied, her shoulders stretch backward, her pelvis rotates forward, and her chin lowers, causing her head basically to angle downwards. And then also the curvature in her lower back, and why her head shape looks slightly different is also due to the new model not having the same posing applied yet. Then she also looks a lot taller, and ultimately these are all things that will be addressed once the new model is animated, because those changes don't really take place until the model is rigged and sent off to the animation team. So right now it really is just sitting there with the art team, and the animation team have got to have their kind of look through it. So, let's just move on to the actual model itself, and first of all, the close-ups. Well, first thing you'll probably notice is that the resolution of the hair is a lot better. That's definitely nice. The horns as well are looking a lot sort of better. I don't want to say they look more horny, but because they look more realistic, they do. You get what I mean there. So I think that's definitely good. The little tendril thingies, once again, a little bit higher detail. You can definitely tell there's more polygons there, so they're a little bit more believable looking. I think that it currently looks a little bit more alien than the previous one to me, just because of those increases in fidelity, and those things look a little bit less pasted on. Another thing that you'll probably notice is the shoulders as well, and the kind of bit where it cuts off from the neck to the shoulders is a lot more smoother, and basically it's shaded, it's more defined, and it's just one nice continuous texture, which I think is a lot better looking than the previous one. So let's move on to the next shot here, and well, you can see it's basically just a bunch of poses. It's what you'd expect. Once again, just look at the difference in the hair resolution between both models. That's definitely good. The tail as well actually looks a little bit more, well, the textures on it look a little bit less painted on. I know they obviously are, but the little ring thingies look a bit better, and overall it's just a drastic increase in quality. Another cool thing is you can definitely see unique bones and muscles and some joints in the second knee thingy that they have going on. You can see a lot more of those things in the new model, so it definitely looks... It looks a little bit less like just a female night elf that's had their model changed and then animated differently. It definitely looks more unique, so I think that's a pretty good thing. So yes, there's that. Also ears are looking a lot better as well, so that's pretty cool. Then just moving on to the final shot. Once again, just a few more shots. I'm not particularly sure how the horns are working out in one or two of these, honestly. I don't think they're fully finished. The way they kind of spring out of the hair there, I'm not particularly sure why they showed those exactly. Still though, overall, I think it's a really solid looking model. It's a nice improvement from the original, and it'll be just interesting to see what it looks like once it's been properly animated and rigged out. Because the kind of unique Draenei pose that people are used to is not really there yet. So yes, overall that's the female Draenei. Another interesting thing I just saw there is there's a headband in one of their models. It looks, it's kind of like a hippie Draenei. The headband itself doesn't look that great, but I think that it's a pretty cool idea in terms of character customization. So overall, I think pretty damn good. The Draenei is just the race of my main, so I'm kind of happy to see that. And you know what, this is happening with Warlords having a lot more Draenei in them. I'm kind of happy about all that. I love the race, I love their lore as well, and I guess... maybe they haven't had the best representation in game because they're a little bit more high concept in places. Still, very good, and do let me know what you think of this model in the comments. Anyway, that is it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.